Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
Happy New Year, universe. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sade, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support. I truly appreciate you. As well as those of you who are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I already know you'll love it in this peaceful universe. This is a channel where we explore creativity in all different aspects, wellness and spirituality, connecting it all and utilizing these tools to better our lives and ourselves inside and out. I'm a person who believes that art is essentially encompassed in everything in the world. The creator of the universe is the ultimate artist, in my opinion, and so therefore art is in everything. It's in you, it's in me. So I'm using my channel and other platforms to give you guys the inspiration and tools that you need to successfully balance your being. This video in particular is going to be the first part in my 3-part mini-series I've created. I'll be making 3 videos on how to achieve your goals. This being the first on how to start your goals and actually enact them. I know a lot of people have anxiety or just different factors that are hindering them from actually starting their goal, whether it be fear or just lack of confidence, whatever it may be. This video is going to help you overcome that, figure out the things you want to do in life, and then start those things. The next video is going to be about how to stick to your goals and how to execute them. And the last video in the series is going to be how to have a productive day. Once you have all of these tools in your arsenal, you should be set and ready to kill it this year. Hit me on Sade's Universe on Instagram. My other social medias will be linked in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing I've noticed when people are not starting their goals, when there's things that they want to do, but they're not exactly sure the specifics and they're not really sure on when to start. So my very first tip is to stop overthinking. That is probably one of the biggest hindrances when it comes to starting up goals. You're overthinking it, you're thinking way too hard, you're thinking way too far into the future. And don't get me wrong, I do believe in planning for the future. I'm a huge future planner, so I do think that's important. This advice comes from me personally because I'm somebody who is an overthinker. I overthink everything. I've been told that I have a philosopher brain. Think until I can't think anymore, and then I figure that I can think, so I think some more. In the past, I know that there's so many things in my life that I wanted to start sooner. YouTube, for instance, is actually a huge example. I've wanted to start YouTube for years. I never did because I was overthinking it. I was waiting for the proper equipment. I was waiting for somebody to come along and tell me maybe. I don't even know what all the thoughts were, but I was overthinking it is the point. I was thinking way too hard about it, and I never started. I just started my YouTube last year. I did a little bit of research, just got the camera, and I started. I didn't have any other equipment. I had a camera, my laptop, and my phone, and that was it. So, and it worked, and I've grown so much. I have multiple cameras, multiple lenses, multiple editing applications, and I've learned so much along the way. Not only are these things helping me with my YouTube, but they're also adding tools to my personal arsenal. I can use these videographer skills, these photography skills that I've been learning and building up for multiple different projects. I can add them to my resume because now I know how to do all these things for this platform, and I've trained myself to do all these different things, and these tools and skills are going to be able to be used multiple different ways in my life, in the future, in the present. So stop overthinking it. Just do what it is that you want to do. Whatever it is that you've been thinking, man, I kind of want to go on a trip, or I want to start this business, whatever the case is, just do it. My second tip are for those of you who are not even sure what it is that you want to do. Some people just don't know what they want to do at all. Some people know that they want to complete goals, but they have absolutely no idea what those goals are. I would suggest to make a list of the things that you like, the things that you're interested in. What are your hobbies? What are your talents? The things that you're good at, the things that you want to learn about. Write those things down, prioritize them. So, for instance, hobbies. These are my hobbies. These are the things that I like to do, or this is the type of art that I like, or this is the type of animals that I like, or whatever. Write those things down, then categorize them. From there, you're gonna prioritize those things. So what do you like the most? Do you like animals more than you like insects, or do you like insects more than you like animals, and etc., etc. So do you like banks more than you like daycares, or do you like daycares more than you like banks and you want to invest in a daycare? Whatever the case is, write everything down, write it all down, get it out of your head, look at it, categorize it, then prioritize and go from there. Because when it's in your head is when it's born. Studies show that you need to act on that thought within 5 seconds if you want any progression from it. Otherwise, you're more than likely not going to do it or forget about it. So when you have ideas, when you have thoughts, I highly, highly, highly recommend writing them down. I'm a huge writer, and I truly believe in the power of writing because it's essential. Writing things down also help you stay organized and stick to your goals, which we'll elaborate on in the next video. So give yourself a whole day, wipe your calendar to just brainstorm, write things down, do a little bit of research, and figure out what it is that you want to do with your life. So maybe you have a really broad set of ideas or things that you want to do in your life, like you know you want to go to college but you don't want to know what you want to study, or you have a field of study but you aren't sure what career exactly you want to go into. The solution to that would be to start college, go into your generals, which are things that you're going to need regardless, to get that out of the way, and then probably while you're doing that, you're going to figure out what it is that you actually want to do for your major, for your career in the long run. Because when you do, that is what generals are essentially designed to do. They're supposed to help you kind of figure it out too if you don't know exactly what you want your major to be. From there, you'll start to figure, I kind of like this, or I kind of like this aspects of this class and this, that, and the third. And so then you start to cultivate your values. You start to cultivate the things that you like in college, the classes that you like. You start to cultivate your career path. Again, the point of that is don't stay stagnant. You have to keep moving. Movement is key. You have to keep going. You can't just sit there and never do it, because you're just never going to do it. You're just going to keep sitting in your mind and you're never going to bring it to fruition. And if you aren't sure what you're going to do but have a general census, stick with that general census, learn about it some more, go into whatever that topic is, whatever that genre of music, and just take a step in that direction. Don't just stare from a distance. And so then you are at least moving towards it. Again, movement is key. You have to keep going. You can't just sit and stare and wonder why nothing is working. My next tip is not to be hard-headed, okay? Okay. So being hard-headed is, people can look at it in different ways. Essentially, it's being stubborn. So don't be stubborn and accept things for what they are. So if somebody's giving you some advice, take it for what it is. Don't be so defensive, because that is your audience. The people who are giving you feedback, that is your audience, that is your market, whatever the case is. So you need to take those comments that they're saying and apply them to what you're working on. So if you're working on a huge art project and people are saying, maybe the positioning is off, proportions are off, or your blending is a little bit off, or something like that. And you would take those critiques and use them to reconstruct your technique. So whatever feedback you're getting, make sure that you listen to it, because not all feedback is negative. Sometimes you just need to, be quiet, be humble, and listen to what people are trying to tell you, because if 10 people are saying all the same thing, they might be wrong, but it might be worth just listening to. Don't be hard-headed. Just listen and be open-minded. Another factor of being hard-headed is a lot of people do not ask for help. That's a problem that I have had in the past. I don't like to ask for help. It's really hard for me too. That is something that I've been working on since last year, asking for help more when I need it. Don't be afraid to ask people for help. If you have a good support system, reach out, tell them what it is you're working on. If you need a little bit of a shoulder to lean on, then let them be your shoulder. That is your support system. That's what your friends and your family are there for. They're supposed to help you. You have to ask for help, because no human can just do everything by themselves, okay? Even Jesus Christ needed his disciples. Even Jesus Christ himself had people helping him, had people completing jobs on his behalf, because you need a team, you need a network, you need people in your corner. Obviously, you would reciprocate that. Lastly, with not being hard-headed is not to be too much of a perfectionist. Again, this is something that I still struggle with. I am a perfectionist. This last year, I participated in October's Inktober, which is an event on social media platforms where artists will actually create something every single day. Last year was the first year that I participated in that, and I absolutely loved it. I just told myself that, first of all, I'm not going to stress. I didn't do a picture every single day. I just did them when I could, because obviously I'm in school and I work full time. So I did them when I could. I took the time that I needed on them. I didn't take extra time. I just let it flow and kept going. But I loved and still love every single piece that I made, and I was very proud and very happy with everything that I created, because I allowed myself that freedom, and I allowed myself to not be so nitpicky with things, and just to let it be what it is, you know, and just create for what it is. And I just really loved that experience and how it left me. So try not to be a perfectionist. Obviously, you want your stuff looking good, you know, work hard and make sure you do it to the best of your ability. But perfectionism can hinder you with even putting things out. Next is, do your goals help humanity? So what are your end goals? If you do know what they are, or once you do the first few steps and figure out what they are, look and see, do they help humanity? So one thing that I've read a lot about is how your goals, how your end goals impact the rest of the world around you. So a lot of times your subconscious and God, you know, stop your progression, because maybe your heart's in the right place or your mind's in the right place, but the goal itself has a flaw, has something wrong with it that is going to hurt you or going to hurt other people in the long run. And so take a look at your goals and see, do they help humanity? How do they help humanity? And then go from there. And the very last tip that I want to talk about is, don't wait for the perfect time. So the theme of the whole video, hopefully you realize, don't wait for the perfect timing, because there's never going to be a perfect time. The world is moving with or without you. So don't wait for the perfect time. As soon as you think, as soon as you figure out this is positive, this is impactful, this will be good, take a step in that direction. Put a little faith behind your goals. Put faith behind yourself and put faith behind God, because again, if you don't step to it, you're never gonna get through it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys love those tips and utilize them in your own lives. If you don't know what it is you want to do with your life, or have a whole bunch of things and can't narrow it down, utilize these tips that I've given you. These tips are things that I've used in my own life, that I've seen many successful people all around the world use in their lives. Give this video a like if you loved it, subscribe, hit me up if you have any questions, or Sade's Universe on Instagram. Other social medias are in the description box. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day and a great start to your new year, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!